Tonight on Global News, Plateau State Government settles severance dues for ex-chairman, board members. Businesses, residents in Jos seek clarification on JEDC billing. Prtvc urges residents to clean homes, gutters ahead of Saturday's sanitation exercise. And on the foreign scene, South Africa's president wins bid to temporarily halt impeachment inquiry over Farmgate. Details shortly. A pleasure to have you join us on Global News tonight. I am Prtvc. The Plateau State Government on Friday this week cleared arrears of severance allowance due to chairmen and members of statutory boards in the state to the tune of 151 million naira. This payment affects their first tenure, spanning from 2027 to 2022 in office. The boards affected are the State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Teachers Service Commission, and Disability Rights Commission. Their first tenure elapsed during the immediate past administration, which failed to clear the severance allowances to the effect that the present administration inherited same as liability. Following their dissolution from office by the present administration in September 2023, the concerned persons went to court challenging government's directive in that direction. The Ministry of Justice, through the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Philemon Daffy, entered defense for the defendants in the suit. At the hearing of the suits, the Attorney General informed the court of government's intention to settle the matter out of court to include other political cases in the collective interest of the state. Mediations between the claimants and government took place in the Mediation Center of the Ministry of Justice for settlement, and the proposed terms involved were forwarded to the court. Governor Mutfwang, in honor of the terms, approved payment, as it were, a directive complied culminating into the payments. According to the Chief Mediator and Attorney General Philemon Daffy, the agreed terms concerning the claimants' aborted tenure will follow appropriately. Ensuring quality and strict compliance with approved standards in the execution of agricultural infrastructure projects remains critical to guaranteeing lasting benefits for farmers and rural communities. Chairman, Plateau State House of Assembly Standing Committee on Agriculture, Bala Noma, made the assertion during an on-the-spot assessment of rural access and agricultural marketing project, RAM, market infrastructure across the 3 senatorial zones of the state. Our House of Assembly correspondent has details.
The first point of call of the State Project Implementation Unit was Dukli Yakubu community in Chanso district of Mangu local government area, where a community member praised the time is now administration for the construction of a river crossing which has made life easier for them.
So as they come around this side, they do this bridge and we're saying thank you. We really appreciate.
The 4.17 Miednemel rehabilitation work also received commendation from community members.
Domin da kafin mu fito nan mu iso bakin kwalta ina ga za mu dauki mu kusan awa daya, amma yanzu baya kaiwa minti 30 zai kai mu bakin kwalta can. Domin haka mun gode wa gwamnatin Plateau State domin aikin nan da yayi mana.
Gwamnati yana tuna da mu, ya gan tausayin mu, ya dan tanada mana aikin na farin ciki. Yanzu idan da muna tafiya lokacin ruwa muna shan wuya sosai, amma yanzu mun dan samu jin dadi.
The story was not different at the Dawaki Road, which has major river crossings, and the commendations were led by the district head of Dawaki, who said both economic and social lives have improved.
With the construction of this bridge now, I know our people will now be happy because our market will flourish, because the market will improve, because a lot of produce will come into the market now. And that will also generate revenue to the government too.
Mu a matsayin mu na yankin nan muna nuna godiya kwarai da gaske domin muna fama da batun hanya. Lokacin ruwa mukan sha wahala kwarai da gaske. Sai mun bi ta hanyar da sham tukuna mu zo nan. Mu muna farin ciki musamman mu mata, kuma mu matan da muna kasuwanci. Kowane lokaci sai mun wuce nan, daga wuce nan an ji kare ya fita hannu ya tafi. To mu a yin abin da aka yi mana nan, mun gode kwarai da gaske.
The people living around Mil Jokat Abor Dung Road are full of praises to Governor Caleb Mutfwang, as explained by the district head of Asar Longley David Podar and Kezia Fwacha.
So it has make the entire community have access to other neighboring community. We really appreciate the government and the company.
Before, they do not go to market or sell anything. But now, they sell many things. Before, they used to trek to Maraba or Panshin before getting soup item. But now, they can go and bring it in bulk through the use of the rat.
The commendations continued with the people living along Gatlang Pame Road.
We thank God that the government have come to rescue us. The road was so bad that we didn't expect government will help us to provide us with this road. Since they started this work, we appreciate it. We thank government for what they have done for us.
The eyes can offer important clues about the health of the heart, as some cardiovascular conditions may show early signs through changes in the eyes. Professor of Ophthalmology and International Eye Health, Caleb Mpiet, stated this during a memorial lecture held at the Jos University Teaching Hospital Multipurpose Auditorium, Lamingo. Our correspondent, Deborah John, has the details.
To honor the enduring legacy of an icon whose contributions to medicine continue to inspire generations, the Department of Medicine, University of Jos, in collaboration with the Jos University Teaching Hospital, organized the third edition of the Professor Alfred Ikeme Memorial Lecture. The lecture celebrated the life and achievement of the late Professor Alfred Ikeme, the first Professor of Medicine at the University of Jos and the pioneer Chief Medical Director of the Jos University Teaching Hospital. Delivering the memorial lecture on the topic, the optic nerve and the heart, where is the nexus? Professor of Ophthalmology and International Eye Health at the University of Jos, Caleb Mpiet, explained that the relationship between the optic nerve and the heart highlights the close connection between neural integrity and cardiovascular health, with the eyes often providing valuable clues to underlying heart conditions.
Many of the diseases that start in the heart actually start showing up in the eye. It also helps us to see the fact that whenever you look at the eye, you may actually be the first person to diagnose a heart problem.
Coordinator of the Professor Alfred Ikeme Memorial Lecture Series, Basil Okehialam, and the head of the Department of Medicine, Simji Gomreb, described late Professor Ikeme as an exceptional physician, mentor, and administrator whose remarkable legacy continues to shape medical education and health care delivery.
When I came to Jos seeking knowledge, I found him as a fountain of knowledge, gushing, and there for anybody who was thirsting for knowledge.
He was a man of character, he was a man of integrity, and he's a mentor to those that taught us. So we are taught by the descendants, the first descendants, Professor A.C. Kebe, taught them. And he led the foundation for this College of Medicine and even, for the teaching hospital.
Eldest son of the deceased, Philip Ikeme, expressed gratitude to the organizers for preserving their father's legacy, affirming that the recognition reflects the exemplary life and impact he made during his lifetime.
It's a thing of great pride, to see your father being honored like this.
Goodwill messages were delivered by representatives of the Department of Ophthalmology, University of Jos, the Provost of the College of Medicine, the Dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, and the Chief Medical Director of the Jos University Teaching Hospital. In Jos, I am Deborah John.
As part of activities to celebrate the 2026 International Cooperative Day, Plateau State Cooperative Federation held its pre-World Cooperative Day Leadership Workshop under the theme, From Economic Participation to Economic Citizenship. The capacity building training is to equip leaders of cooperative society on financial literacy. Our correspondent was at Apin Hall, Old Youth venue of the event. The report.
The workshop brought together leaders of various cooperative societies across the states. President, Abuja Cooperative Business School, Dr. Peter Ayim, who is the guest speaker, stressed the need for leaders to embrace innovation, digital technology, financial management towards strengthening cooperative institutions and improved members' livelihood. According to the president, Plateau State Cooperative Federation, Dangong Pam, leaders must continue to uphold the ideas upon which the cooperatives were founded.
Is opening our minds to see the need for us to pool our resources together to see how we can step in. Particularly, there are so many business opportunities out there for us to venture into. We want to see how we can add value to what we do. That's to have a value change for our products.
Nanshep Shitnan and Jennifer Yerima, who were some of the participants, described the workshop as timely, noting that the current economic reality requires strong cooperation.
Cooperative is a people-centered economy. If we aggregate each other together, the economy will be stronger more, because if we work together,
for us to know how to go about certain businesses that we are nurturing and know how to bear the risks that is involved in the businesses, and of course what it needs to take, because you have to build your capacity as a business person to be able to ensure that you, of course, carve a niche for yourself in the business that you anticipate.
To mitigate the economic challenges, the workshop outlined a roadmap that includes expanding access to affordable credit for small-scale entrepreneurs and farmers, strengthening cooperative governance, and investing in skills acquisition. In Jos, Bridget Rochak.
Reinforcing the security architecture took center stage in Barkin-Ladi local government areas as the newly appointed state coordinator of Operation Rainbow, Brigadier General Nash Yakubu, interfaced with community leaders, representatives of youth, traditional rulers, and stakeholders. The interface forms part of the agency's continuous peace tour of crisis-prone areas in Plateau State. Our correspondent reports.
The new coordinator of Operation Rainbow, Brigadier General Nash Yakubu, who assumed office about 3 weeks ago, said the interface with representatives of youth, traditional rulers, and the leadership of Barkin-Ladi local government area is part of ongoing proactive strategies adopted by the security outfit to restore lasting peace and rebuild trust across communities in the state. The Operation Rainbow boss described Barkin-Ladi as a critical flashpoint which requires community-driven solutions. He urged youth to establish vigilante groups, share intelligence, and report suspicious activities to the Operation Rainbow toll-free incident report line 0800 0022 3344.
We've opened a desk at our office with a telephone number. Anything you see that is not normal, quickly call that number or call my number. I will answer you. It may be painful because of the time it will take and the sleep it will consume, but I'm telling you, if we sacrifice enough, we'll bleed less.
Chairman of Barkin-Ladi Local Government Council, Stephen Pajok, thanked the security outfit for the initiative and reaffirmed his commitment to lasting peace.
We really appreciate you and we will do everything possible to give you the necessary support for your success. Thank you very much.
The Dagomray and chairman of the Birkin-Ladi Traditional Council, Da Edward Gyangbot, and the Dagomray of Haipang, Da Paul Tadi Tok, called for more security patrols, especially along farm routes.
Believe and trust that our youths have heard all what we have said, and we, the elders, will have heard what we have said, and we will work into that all our environments will be safe.
Just want to make an appeal. Try to have officers, especially those districts that are flash points, be ready to give space for such offices so that you can get information and then also sensitize the youth about the need to cooperate, especially with this type of discussion that we have had.
Accompanied by his team, Brigadier General Nashi Yakubu also paid a visit on the Joint Task Force Operation Enduring Peace Sector 4 for a confidential security meeting at its Birkin-Ladi local government area headquarters. I am Kermun Gukas.
Up ahead on Global News, businesses, residents in Jos seek clarification on JEDC billing. Please stay with us. And to some cheering news, the General Manager, Plateau Radio Television Corporation, Prtvc, Rita Kachalompam, has emerged as the sole valid candidate for the office of Chairman-elect of the North Central Zone, Zone D of the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria, BON. A statement officially issued by the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, BON Secretariat, said following the close of nominations on 16th July 2026, no other valid nomination was received for the position. Consequently, Rita Pam has been returned unopposed, making the zonal election earlier scheduled for 5th August 2026 unnecessary. The statement further disclosed that arrangements for her formal inauguration will be made by the outgoing zonal chairman in conjunction with the BON Secretariat. She will also be presented at the 83rd BON General Assembly in accordance with the provisions of the BON Constitution. The BON Secretariat congratulated Rita Kachalompam on her emergence and thanked member stations in the North Central Zone for their continued support and cooperation. The monthly general sanitation exercise for the month of July 2026 comes up tomorrow from 7 in the morning to 10 a.m. During this period, there will be strict restriction of human and vehicular movement except those on essential duties with valid identification, as security personnel will be on hand to monitor compliance and arrest defaulters. A statement by the Director of Administration, Prtvc, on behalf of the Director General, is calling on all residents to use the period to clean their homes, surroundings, gutters, and drainages, and deposit same at designated areas for evacuation by Prtvc staff. Residents and business owners in Jos are demanding answers from the Jos Electricity Distribution Company, JEDC, over unpaid debts on their prepaid meters. Our correspondent visited JEDC headquarters at Ahmadu Bello Way to seek clarification and other concerns, as well as feedback from residents. The report.
Lamenting on the unexplained deductions of units whenever they recharge, Ponkes Buba, Chris Olisa, Abigail Auta, and David Otigi expressed frustration on how the debt deduction is affecting their homes and businesses.
The last 2 months, I tried to buy a token, and then I find out that there is a debt of I think 2,000. The initial one is 2,000. The last one which I see is 1,000 naira.
Like a month or two ago,
my first recharge for my shop, I usually recharge like 5,000, 6,000 for my shop. So there was a debit of 2,500. So I felt, what could be the problem? Or maybe my meter, maybe my POS, because I recharge with my POS directly. So, but another person now complained to me that they did the same thing to him.
5,000 and they're deducting 2,000. So we don't know the 2,000 is for what, and we are not happy recharging these lights and they're deducting the 2,000. We don't have any credit on our meter, so how comes the 2,000 are deducting it? So
I bought my meter new from the company. I have not experienced anything till this March. When I load 5,000 naira, I saw the bill they gave me was not up to that value.
Responding on the outreach, JEDC's head of corporate communication, Sarah Dauda, said the ongoing vending deduction is part of a structured automated debt repayment scheme designed to systematically recover outstanding balance from accumulated unpaid bills and preloaded energy units issued with the meters. Saratu maintains that the policy is vital for revenue recovery and to sustain power supplies.
It's very important for customers once they see any deduction on the value that they expect from vending to visit our office first to ascertain where the debt is coming from.
She advised customers who claim they do not have any debts and are being deducted to visit their office and regularize their accounts.
And this preloaded unit came with a meter in different quantum of energy. Some of them are 20, 50, and maximum of 100 units. So it's very important once you see that the deduction in what you want to vend, the amount of energy you want to vend, to immediately visit our office with your details so that you can verify where the debt is coming from. Then it will be settled. If the debt is coming from
Nigerian Educational Research and Development Council, NERD, has approved a reduction in the fees charged for the assessment and ranking of textbooks, and a move aimed at easing the financial burden on publishers and authors ahead of the implementation of the federal government's national textbook ranking system. The decision was announced in a statement signed by the Executive Secretary of NERD, Professor Salihu Shehu in Abuja. According to the council, the assessment fee has been reduced from 2,000 naira to 1,500 naira per page, while the textbook ranking fee has been lowered from 1 million naira to 750,000 naira per title. NERD said the reversed fees take immediate effect and apply to all publishers and authors submitting textbooks for assessment. The council also disclosed that publishers who had already paid the previous assessment fee of 2,000 naira per page will receive refunds of the excess amount, adding that details of the refund process will be announced in due course. It urged stakeholders in Nigeria's publishing industry to comply with the new fee structure. The fee reduction comes as the federal government prepares to launch the National Textbook Ranking System in September 2026, an initiative introduced by the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, to improve the quality of learning materials used in schools across the country. Under the new policy, only textbooks that have been assessed, approved, and ranked by NERD will be eligible for use in Nigerian classrooms. The chairman of Langton South Local Government Council, Namfa Mbin, has dismissed allegations of financial mismanagement circulating on social media and reaffirmed his administration's commitment to transparency, accountability, and due process in the management of public funds. The council chairman made the clarifications during a press briefing at the council secretariat, Mabudi. Our Langton zonal correspondent has the details.
Addressing journalists through his chief press secretary Ilya Bako, Namfambin said all council finances are managed in line with the provisions of the 1999 Constitution and Plateau State local government laws, stressing that the council's accounts are regularly audited and subjected to legislative oversight.
The administration of Honorable Namfa Hassan Bin is fully committed to transparency, due process, and accountability. There are no classified accounts outside these local government legal provisions.
The chairman urged individuals seeking information on government finances to use established legal channels, including Freedom of Information Act, while cautioning against the spread of misinformation capable of threatening the peace and unity of the Tarok nation.
While we encourage dialogue, we strongly condemn the spread of misinformation, insults, threats, and divisive comments that have trailed this matter online. Lantan North and Lantan South are one people, the Tarok nation.
He equally announced that the council will commence quarterly briefings to keep citizens informed on projects, finances, and government activities, while calling on journalists, bloggers, and social media influencers to verify information before publication.
The project listed below followed due process, received official approvals, and are being implemented to logical completion. Records are available for verification at the Bureau for Public Procurement, the Ministry for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, and other government agencies.
The chairman appealed to sons and daughters of Tarok Nation to remain peaceful, disregard fake news, and continue to support efforts aimed at promoting unity, peace, and sustainable development across Lantan South. From Magudi in Lantan South local government area, I am Thaddeus Ilmen.
A South African court has ruled in favor of President Cyril Ramaphosa's bid to temporarily halt a parliamentary inquiry looking into whether he should be impeached over what has been dubbed the Farmgate scandal. In 2022, an independent panel said Ramaphosa might have a case to answer after burglars stole huge sums of cash hidden in a sofa from his private farm. The president denied any wrongdoing. At the time, MPs voted against establishing an impeachment inquiry, but in May, the Constitutional Court ruled that Parliament had acted unlawfully by shelving the panel's report. Ramaphosa is now challenging the findings of the panel in a separate court case to be heard in September. The Constitutional Court's ruling in May paved the way for Parliament to revive the impeachment process. The makeup of Parliament has radically changed over the last 4 years as Ramaphosa's African National Congress ANC party no longer holds a majority and governs as part of a coalition following the 2024 election. The ruling by the Constitutional Court prompted the president to mount a legal challenge, saying the panel had misconceived its mandate, misjudged the information placed before it, and misinterpreted the 4 charges advanced against him. And that is it on Global News this evening, except for the recap. In the news, we told you that the Plateau State government on Friday this week cleared arrears of severance allowance due to chairmen and members of statutory boards in the state to the tune of 151 million naira. This payment affects their first tenure, spanning from 2027 to 2022 in office. Residents and business owners in Jos are demanding answers from the Jos Electricity Distribution Company, JEDC, over unpaid debts on their prepaid meters. Our correspondent visited JEDC headquarters at Ahmadu Bello Way to seek clarification and other concerns, as well as feedback from residents. The monthly general sanitation exercise for the month of July 2026 comes up tomorrow from 7 in the morning to 10 a.m. During this period, there will be strict restriction of human and vehicular movement except those on essential duties with valid identification, as security personnel will be on hand to monitor compliance and arrest defaulters. And finally, a South African court has ruled in favor of President Cyril Ramaphosa's bid to temporarily halt a parliamentary inquiry looking into whether he should be impeached over what has been dubbed the Farmgate scandal. That is it on Global News this evening. Many thanks for watching. Good night and God bless.
Welcome to the Unlimited Live Television broadcast.